Hello, my friends. I'm back again. Today, as I promised, we're going to talk about relationships. And I don't really have a specific script. I just kind of want to go with the flow. We'll see what comes through. I've got my greens here, my active greens. These things are amazing. It has adaptogens. What else does it have in it? Digestive enzymes, also like 70 different vitamins and minerals. And it makes me feel amazing. It also has nitric oxide, which is amazing for your circulation. So I'm obsessed, and it gives me natural energy. So anyways, today's day 2. Yesterday I went live basically introducing the fact that I'm going to be making videos. I want to start doing this more often just because I love to chat. I just love to share what I learn. And because I am always learning and I'm always on the path of personal development and growth, and not from a place of feeling incomplete or like I'm not good enough, but from the place of expansion and understanding that if we're not growing, then in some way, shape, or form, we are dying. And because I want to always feel my best, I'm going to go with the flow of life. And that means expanding, evolving, learning, and growing. So let's talk about specifically romantic relationships today. Like I mentioned, I have been in a relationship now for almost a year. It's been, how long has it been? 11 months. We started dating in October and it was official in December. So it's been 10 months since I've been in a relationship. And this is by far the best relationship that I've ever had. And I want to explain to you guys just the process of how I was able to find him. And by find him, I mean become the person that I needed to be to attract the type of partner that I truly wanted. And let me just kind of give you guys an idea or explain to you what it was that I was looking for in a partner. Number 1, I wanted someone who had similar values to my own. And that was going to be things like just being a genuine person, being authentic, being fun, someone who was also into the gym and who wanted to be, at least have a healthy lifestyle and who cared about their health. Hello, everyone who's joining. We're talking about relationships today. So I was looking for a man who was willing to be a provider. And I'm not just talking about financial provider. I'm talking about someone who was willing to be a protector for me. Someone who was willing to have my best interest at heart. Someone who was mature enough to understand the difference between the roles of the masculine and the feminine in terms of a relationship, and kind of how to dance between the two energies so that you can have a healthy relationship. And so, I wrote all this down. So to get started, I guess the first tip that I can give people, I like your outfit and your positivity. Stay true to yourself. Oh, thank you so much. You guys are so kind. I had my shoes on earlier. I guess I'll show you my outfit really quick, because it's really cute. So I have this cute little top on here, and it's a little skirt. Right now I have my slippers, but earlier I was wearing my brown boots, which looked super duper cute. So there's that. Maybe in the future I'll make some cool videos about maybe some fashion hauls or something, but I'm super excited because here in Utah, it is getting chilly out. Today's Halloween. Happy Halloween, everyone. But I love the colder weather and the cool outfits that I get to wear and everything. So, So on the topic of attracting your partner, how is it that we can call in that person? Number 1 is you have to get clear on what you want. And for me, this was writing it down. So I got my journal and I made a list of things that I wanted out of a partner. And this isn't just something that you want to be physical about. This isn't just, okay, I want someone who's tall or short or buff or, you know, white or brown or blonde or brunette. It's not necessarily about that. Of course, you can list those things as well because you want to be attracted to the person. But even more important is being clear on the type of person. How is their character? How do you want to feel in the relationship? What are the things that you value, and do you want that to match with that person? That's step number one. Be very clear, write it out in as much detail as you can. But I think the number one most important thing is, how do you want to feel in the relationship? This was something that I was very, very clear about. I wrote down in as much detail as possible. I want this person to make me feel safe. I want this person to treat me like a queen, like a princess. I want to feel like I'm the only girl in the world. I want to feel like he loves me, respects me, honors me, and all of these things, these descriptive words about how you're going to feel, and vice versa if you're a guy or a girl. It doesn't really matter. I'm just checking comments to make sure I'm not missing any questions. Feel free to ask questions, you guys. I'm here to just have a very, very chill and open conversation. Like I said, the point of these conversations is to help you guys, hopefully, but also just to have fun. I love to talk with you guys, so definitely tell something about India. I'm not I'm not very familiar with India. I've never been there. I'd love to visit someday. But yeah, so like I said, I made a list. I got very clear on what I wanted. The next step is to actually uphold your boundaries about what it is that you now want. Because how many people out there say what they want, or they will claim that this is what they want, but then when they start to go on dates or they start getting involved with other people, maybe that person doesn't match your love list, the things that you've written on your love list, but you make excuses for it. You're like, oh, well, this is probably the best that I'm gonna get, or they match most of the things, but you know, they don't have this and this and this. Well, then you're settling. If you feel like you are dating someone and you feel like you are settling for that person, that's not your person. Do not lower your standards and lower your value to be with someone who you don't truly want to be with. I mean, life is short enough as it is, and you should be happy, hopefully happy enough single, that being with someone who doesn't add to your life is a waste of your time. You should be only entertaining and only being around people who add to your life, who add to your happiness, who bring more peace to you, not less. So this all comes down to your value, your standards, and your ability to create boundaries and stick to them. Because you're not going to get what you want just by speaking it. You have to become the person. You have to be the person. Let me see. I think you're on my love list. Oh, you're so sweet. Okay, what's your favorite nail look to do during fall? I actually recently just did my nails. It was probably, I don't know, 4 weeks ago, and it was like how do you describe that? Basically, it was like a clear nail. Right now, I have like sparkly. I need to get them done again soon, but they're like a silver sparkle. I chose this color because I actually just got back from a wedding in Mexico, and my colors were like, my jewelry and everything was silver, so I went with the silver sparkle. But my favorite that I've done this fall by far was like a white pattern where it was like squiggly lines. I don't know how to describe it, honestly. I found it on Pinterest, but it was so cute. And I don't know how to add pictures or anything on here, otherwise I would, but if you follow me on Pinterest, you can go find it. If you follow my name, Holly Wayman, on Pinterest, go to I think it's on my hair and beauty board on Pinterest, and you will find all of my inspiration, not only like fashion, I have a ton of stuff on there, but also all my nails and my hairstyles and all that stuff. So if you're interested, it's on Pinterest. Look up my name, Holly Wayman. But back to the topic of relationships. Like I said, I think that I hear so much from the people in my life who are now so happy for me because they see how great the relationship is that I'm in and how much it flows, the open communication, the love that we share, the respect, the mutual respect that we have for each other, and how it just flows. Like it's so easy. I have so much peace, and we're both genuinely happy, you know? And all of the people are asking me, you know, like my friends, my family, like how did you get this person, you know, how is it that I can find my lover, and I really want a partnership like you guys have. And I tell them, and I'm now sharing that with you, but you have to be honest with yourself. And I think the number one takeaway, the number one thing, the advice that I would give is, are you the reciprocal of the person that you want to attract? That's just as plain and simple as it is. Your love list, this ideal person that you have that you want to be with, do they want to be with you? If you can be honest with yourself, like if I were to look at this ideal person, right? Create your avatar. Would they come into my life and would they choose me? Would they want to be with me? And you have to be honest with yourself about this. And if the answer is no, then maybe you need to make some changes. Maybe there's some things that you can improve about. Maybe you're too reactive. Maybe you need to work on your emotional intelligence. Maybe you need to work on your health. Maybe you need to become healthier so that you can have more energy, you can be more attractive. There's so many ways that we can improve ourselves, and not from a place of self-hatred, not from a place of I'm not good enough, but from a place of I want to be the best version of me that I can be. I want to show up as the highest version of myself, the healthiest I can be, the happiest I can be. And also because I respect myself enough that I want to make sure that I can be around the type of people and the person who's going to treat me the same. Someone who's going to respect me, someone who's going to love me, someone who's going to spoil me, someone who's going to reflect and mirror back to me my value. And the only way that you're going to have that is if you become that person for you first. Because as cliche as it is, we show people how to treat us. Like how you treat yourself every single day, people notice. People are going to pick up on that. If you have non-negotiables, you have non-negotiables for your health. People will see that and notice that and respect that about you. When you don't allow people to mistreat you, you don't hang around people who put you down. You don't go in and surround yourself in spaces where people are engaging in activities that are detrimental to your health, your well-being. People will respect you for that. People will treat you as you treat you. Because you are the one that either allows or doesn't allow behavior at the end of the day. Cheers. I'm drinking my green juice. This thing is so good. So good. This one is available if you guys want to buy it on Active Greens. What is that sound? Oh, my dog's running around. What are you doing? Oh yeah, it looks like JC is almost home. That's why he always picks up on when the car's driving into the driveway. It's so cute. But yeah, I just feel whenever you get something that you really want, like when you finally get to the place where you're good, you just want to share that with other people, you know? And I think that's the place that I'm at right now, because I sometimes when you have a lot of nice things in your life, you can sometimes lose the gratitude for those things unintentionally. Hi, baby. I'm still on my live. Do you want to say hi? Yeah. He just got back from some work stuff.
Hello, hello.
This is Mr. JC Martinez. I was just talking about relationship stuff.
Oh,
Yeah, today's the topic
that's always
of...
fun.
Yes. We have a lot of people from different places like India, South Sudan, and I don't know what that language is, but kind of cool.
That's awesome.
But yeah, I just was talking about relationships and how to find the person that you want to be with. What else did I want to touch on today? I feel like I talked about all the important points that I wanted to. Maybe something else that I will mention is on the topic of compatibility. This is something that I hear a lot from people, and you see it a lot online and on the internet, right? Is, are you compatible with this person? But what really is compatibility? Because a lot of people see compatibility as, does he like the same things as I do, or does she like the same things as I do? Are we like, do we have the same hobbies, maybe, or did the little quirks that they have match with mine? And of course, those little subtle things, they can be important to a certain degree, but for me, when I think of compatibility, I think of someone who is compatible with my ideal lifestyle, with my core values. Is this person that I'm with or that I want to be with, what does that compatibility look like? It means that this person fits into my lifestyle and that we can coexist in a way that is like a dance. So it's not going to be incoherent. You want it to be harmonious and peaceful when you're around the person. You guys can ebb and flow. Let me give an example of something that may not be compatible. For example, I'm a very healthy person and I like to eat healthy. I'm very active. I engage in pretty much everything that I do, for the most part, is very healthy. Of course, occasionally I will eat foods that aren't, but it's very occasionally, right? I have balance in my lifestyle. If I were to be in a relationship with someone who, say, they're drinking every weekend or they're eating foods that aren't so healthy, they really don't like to exercise, that to me is an incompatibility, because this person's lifestyle does not match with my lifestyle. And eventually we're going to have problems because one of my core values is health. And this person doesn't have a core value of health. This is probably going to bring problems in the future. So of course, when you're looking for a partner, when you're choosing someone, you need to be very honest with yourself and real about what it is that you truly value. What is the lifestyle you want? This even has to do with finances. We see a lot of people that get divorced because of money, people that have issues because they're not being honest with themselves. Maybe they don't even know themselves. They haven't taken the time to be alone, to be single, to figure out who am I? What do I really like? What are my desires? What are my core values? What are the things that make me excited to get up in the morning? What is my purpose? Like, what truly makes me feel alive, you know? And it's not something that doesn't have to be super hard. It just requires honesty. It requires honesty and it requires time. Have you taken the time to date yourself? You know, people trying to find dates with somebody else, people out here trying to like date other people, but have you even taken the time to get to know yourself? Like, asking yourself those questions that you would ask your lover, your partner. Those are things that are necessary, and in my opinion, are necessary if you really want to have a really incredible relationship. Because an incredible relationship out here with somebody else is going to mean that you have to be that first. You can't find something or be with someone that is not, it's always going to be a reflection, is what I'm trying to say. It's the person in front of you is always going to be a reflection in some way of who you are. So if you don't like who you are, it's time to make some changes. Someone of high value, you know, people on the internet talking all this stuff about 1% man, 1% woman, high value man, high value woman. The high value man is not going to want a low value woman. And low value, I don't mean this in any derogatory form, but I'm meaning, do you believe and show up as a high value person? Do you believe that about yourself? And if you do, great. Then you're going to also match with other people who believe that about themselves. People who show up that way every single day in their life. Because you can't have two people on a completely different frequency matching together, because it literally doesn't work. When you understand quantum physics, when you understand the science of this reality, like attracts like. It's as simple as that. If you want to be with someone who is an amazing person, who is a high vibe, someone who's fun to be around, someone who's playful, someone who is at peace with themselves, who has good things going on in their environment, they're not going to want to be around a Debbie Downer. They're not going to be around people who are negative, people who suck their energy, people who are pulling them down. That's not what someone of high value wants. That's just the truth. So it's time for people to be honest with themselves and ask themselves, like, okay, am I truly a high value person? Like, if I were to see myself from a third person's perspective, would I want to be friends with me? Would I want to date me? It's just a great way of disconnecting yourself from the situation and being honest. So once again, we have all the resources nowadays. There really is no excuses for us to not have what we want. We all can have what we want in our life. It's just a matter of you matching and becoming that person. And in today's world, there is no shortage of resources. We have access to almost everything nowadays to get ourselves healthy. It's easier now than ever to be healthy. It's very clear that there are infinite numbers of ways to create financial abundance for yourself. It's clear that online you can almost make money doing anything even that you love. You can monetize any of your passions. So having what you want really just comes down to you making the decision and committing to it. It's that simple. Whoop whoop. Hello to everyone who's joined. But yeah, I love to have these conversations. I live this stuff. This is my daily life. I'm very reflective and asking myself on a daily basis if I'm aligning my thoughts and my energy with the type of lifestyle that I want. And in the future videos that I create, I'm going to be making other videos on the topic of manifestation, for example, or energy alignment, and maybe things that are a little bit more of a spiritual nature, because I am such a big believer in frequency and aligning your energy with your action. But a lot of people miss the energy alignment thing and they just jump into action, forgetting that the most important thing is getting your frequency right, because your frequency will determine the actions you take. How you feel changes the type of decisions that you make. So you need to make sure that your energy is good. You need to make sure that you're aligning your mood, your frequency, your emotions with the ideal that you're looking for, health-wise. money-wise, relationship-wise, because then you will take the actions and it will feel easy. It won't feel forced because it's who you are, not who you're pretending to be. When you become energetically the person that you want to be, naturally, you're going to take the actions. And that's the number one thing that I constantly remind myself every day, because I understand now through living life, having life experiences and realizing how important it is. Yeah, I know that I'm definitely not the only one that knows this stuff. I mean, it's becoming more mainstream. It's very normal now, the topic of manifestation. It used to be very, I don't know, esoteric and woo-woo and weird to talk about these things. But science is matching now. Science is connecting spirituality, and we're learning to merge the two together, which is only going to make everyone so much more powerful. Everyone is going to truly learn what it means to become a creator of their life instead of a victim of their life. You do create. We all do. We're creating either what we don't want or we're creating what we do want, based on energy, based on how we feel every day, based on our actions that we're taking. But we take actions based on how we feel. So at some point we have to break the chain. We have to break the cycle. We have to understand that if we continue to feel the same way every single day, nothing's gonna change. Some people can find a way to effort their way into changing, which, hey, if it works for you, it works for you. But for me, what worked for me was changing my energy, changing the way that I thought about myself, changing the beliefs that I had around my identity, which is another thing that we're going to talk about in the coming days, is the topic of beliefs and identity. But when it comes to attracting your partner and attracting your soulmate, your life partner, you have to become the person that is the reciprocal of that person that you want. You don't have to be the same. For example, if you're a woman and you want a man, you want a masculine man, you need to be a feminine woman. You need to be the reciprocal. You need also being the same energetically, meaning the same frequency, but the same frequency comes when you align your core values with the person you want to attract. Like I mentioned earlier, you value peace, become a peaceful person. You value health, become a healthy person. You value a masculine man, become a feminine woman so that you can attract that man. If your value is a certain lifestyle, then match that. If you like someone, if you want a man who makes a lot of money, become an expensive person. Value yourself highly. Treat yourself that way. There's nothing wrong with what you want. You can have what you want. You have to believe it and say no to anything that is not that. And you will get what you want. Some of these comments are so funny. Yeah, I definitely don't. I have so many things to learn about life. But there are definitely things that I have learned throughout the years, through my own trial and error, through my own mistakes. And one of those things is understanding that this universe is ruled by laws. And you can test this out for yourself. There comes a point where you no longer believe something, but it becomes a knowing. You just know because you've lived it and you lived it, and it affirms what you experience. Your experience is the teacher. It's not the words, it's not what someone says, but You become a believer and a knower by your life experience. And it's a good feeling to take responsibility and to take accountability for your life and say, okay, this is what I want, and I'm going to find a way to get it. I'm going to be the creator of my experience. I'm no longer going to make excuses. I'm no longer going to blame so-and-so or my ex or my mom or my dad or my sisters or whoever it is that you're blaming for why you can't have what you want. Or maybe you're blaming your looks or your past or your finances for the reason why you can't have what you want in a partnership or in just in life. At some point, you have to be brave, you have to have courage, and you have to say, okay, this is what I want, and I'm gonna take a chance. I'm gonna take a chance on myself. I'm gonna see if I can suspend my disbelief for long enough to allow for magic to happen. Because I know for some people, maybe they want to believe so how do you say that? You want to believe so much in being a victim that you clasp so hard on the fact that this thing happened to me and therefore I'm never going to get what I want. This one thing cannot change. Anything that you grab so tightly on that you want to say can never change, the reason why you think that is because you're fighting for your limitation. You're fighting to be a victim. There's a part of you that still wants to feel and believe that way for some reason. Maybe you just giving it the attention, but then asking yourself the honest question. Does it feel better to hold on to something that makes me feel powerless? Or would I prefer to let it go? And to allow myself to think differently. I know firsthand how hard it can be to let go of a victim mindset, a victim consciousness. I personally come from a very abusive childhood, as I'm sure many of you have. And it is something that programs you subconsciously to believe that because this happened to me when I was young, when I was innocent, when I couldn't fend for myself, therefore it reaffirms this belief in being a victim. Well, this thing happened to me, therefore that's why I'm this way. And you want to hold on to that story. You want to hold on to that, well, if this wouldn't have happened, I wouldn't be this way. Well, maybe it's true. I mean, but do you want to hold on to that? Do you want to make it continue to be true? Because as long as you hold on to the story, it is truth. So until you decide, okay, maybe it is true. Maybe I had a rough past. Maybe this thing happened. Maybe I had a divorce. Maybe I had a breakup. Maybe this person hurt me. But I don't want to hold on to that anymore. I just don't want to live that way. And once you release that, you write a new script for yourself. You say, I'm no longer going to drain my energy. I'm no longer going to give my attention to things that do not serve me. Be selfish. Be selfish. I will no longer give attention to anyone or anything that is not serving my future. No longer are you going to give time to energy to past situations because you can't change it. You can't go back and change the past. What you can do is be here, boom, right now, and rewrite your future. by giving your attention. Attention is your currency. Give your attention to what it is that you are creating. Thoughts create. Energy creates. But if you give attention and thinking to your past, to the pain, to whatever happened to you, or whatever it is that you don't want, you're feeding it. Attention is life force. Attention is energy. Don't feed the things that you don't want. Don't give attention to it. Look forward to the things that you do want. Even if you don't fully believe what I'm saying, just try it. Just give it a try, just for fun, for a little bit. And see what happens. On the topic of relationships. Maybe you think I'm just talking like crazy stuff. Because I hear it all the time. Oh, Holly, you're beautiful. That's why you have a good partner. Oh, Holly, well, you're this way and you're fit and you're this and that's why it's easy for you to go on dates with guys. That's why you get all the men. That's not it. That's not it. You know why? I have a lot of friends, beautiful friends, who are still single. I have a lot of beautiful friends who are in toxic relationships. It's not because you're beautiful that you get relationships that are great. That's not what it is. If that were the case, then every single beautiful woman out there would have a great relationship. Every good-looking dude would have great relationships. But they don't. That's not what it is. You get a reciprocal of who you are and your energy. And I decided to create my life. I decided to be the creator. I decided to suspend the bullcrap from my past, the things that people told me. They said, Holly, you're not going to be able to get a good guy who is over 6 foot. You're not going to be able to get a 1% man who treats you right and who provides for you and spoils you and still likes to work out and who's loyal to you. You're not going to be able to get that. And I said, okay, thank you for showing me what your beliefs are, but I don't think that way. I don't believe that. I believe that I'm going to get what I want. And I'm going to continue forward with the energy that it's already done because I deserve it. I believe it, and I have the standard, and I'm going to uphold my boundary because I know that I'm going to get it, and I'm not going to settle until I find it. And that's how you have to be, unapologetic, and don't settle until you get it. And know that it's already done. Because it is. Once you think it, once you visualize it, it's out there. It's in the quantum. It's just a matter of time until it becomes your reality, until you pull it into your physical world. But when you doubt it, when you live in the past, when you bring back your baggage from your past, you're going to keep recreating that crap because you keep pulling it, all the crap from the past into your present, into your future. But if you let it go and you say, done with that, done attracting shitty people, I'm done believing that I don't deserve things. I'm done thinking that my person doesn't exist or my perfect person doesn't exist or my soulmate doesn't exist out there somewhere. Because they do. Because you can't have the thought if it doesn't exist. It exists. So now the question is, are you going to be courageous enough to believe it? Are you going to allow yourself to be delusional? Be delusional temporarily until life shows you that it's a reality. It worked. Worked for me. It's worked for other people. But you have to be courageous enough to not give a shit what people think. Because there are going to be people who think you're crazy. There are going to be people who try to talk you out of what you want. There are going to be people who try to convince you that it can't happen because they don't want to believe it for themselves. Because if they see that you get what you want, that they're going to feel bad about themselves. Because now they're having to face their own demons. Now they have to face their own limiting beliefs of, oh shit, if they got it, then why can't I have it? Well, you can. So, yeah, it's pretty simple, but it requires courage because you're going to have to go against a lot of your limiting beliefs. You're going to have to say, I'm going to believe in myself. I'm going to choose me. I'm going to be selfish. And I'm not going to give a crap what anyone else says because I deserve to have what I want. You like reading books? Yes, I do. I do read books. Honestly, though, I listen to way more audiobooks than I do reading books, just because when I'm driving or whatever, like it's just easier for me time-wise to listen to audiobooks. Oh no, did I get on my shirt? Oh my gosh, this is so good. But yeah, I hope that I just gave you some self-belief. I'm here to be your virtual bestie. I'm here to be your motivator. I'm here to inspire you. I'm here on the other side of the screen to reflect to you your worthiness, to reflect to you that you deserve to get what you want. Not only do you deserve it, but it's coming. Just stop pulling your past into your present. Let it go. Distract yourself. Focus on what it is that you're moving toward. Believe in yourself enough to say, this is what I want and this is what I'm going to get. Thank you for the compliment. Yeah. Well, that's good. If reading makes you feel good, that's something that you should definitely do more often. Yeah. This past year of taking a break from social media, because I actually used to make content, a lot of content. About a year ago, I was posting every day on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and I was making, similar videos on inspiration, and I feel like I saw on my tooth. Things that were helping people remember their worthiness and step out of limiting beliefs. And I did that because it was helping me, in the process of sharing that stuff with social media. I was learning in the process and also sharing it with social media. And I took a break from that, getting in a relationship and giving more of my attention to that at the time. And I just realized through disconnecting from social media, like every time that I reconnect with myself and I become selfish, focusing on my energy, focusing on my just giving myself space from pouring into others and making sure that first I'm full, first I'm good, and then I give. First I'm okay, then I give. Because that's the only true, authentic way that we are able to give from abundance. We actually are not authentically giving when we're giving someone and pouring this much of what we have into someone else and now we're empty, because then we have resentment. But when we fill ourselves up and we fill our cup overflowing, now it's just coming out of us with no force, no effort. It's just a byproduct because we are abundant. We are abundance. You are abundance. But this only happens when you pour into you. And you pour into you by being selfish. Being selfish about how you feel. Taking care of your health. Taking care of your needs. Finding the person who can help you, reflect to you your love and your worthiness. You do that by being selfish. Selfishness isn't what people think it is. Selfishness, in a lot of people's perspective, is wrong. Like, oh, they're so selfish. They put themselves before me. Who's really selfish in that situation? When a friend or someone in your life or whoever it is says, you're selfish that you didn't put your, my needs above yours. What are you saying? It's so funny that people expect you to put them before yourself, and then if you don't, you're selfish. That in and of itself is selfishness. If I expect my friends or my lover or my parents or whoever to put me before them, I'm the selfish one. That's not how it's supposed to be. We're supposed to be putting ourselves first, making sure that we're good first, and then we can show up for people. Then we can be authentic. Then we're showing up as our authentic self because we can be. Too many people are out here giving from empty cups, pouring from nothing, and then having resentment, and then being pissed, and then walking around pissed at their friends and pissed at this person and mad at this person because you didn't take care of you. Don't blame anybody else because you wouldn't even give a shit. You wouldn't care if that person didn't show up for you or whatever if you took care of you first. You'd be like, oh, sweet, it's fine, I'm good. Oh, I have a few more comments here. You believe in God? Yes, I do. I have different words per se. I mean, I don't think that it matters the word that you use. I think it matters that you believe in something, a higher power. Yes, I believe in a higher power. What's the green stuff? Oh, this is my green juice. This is Active Greens. It has nitric oxide, vitamins, minerals, adaptogens. Next time I come on, I'll get you guys the link. This is actually my boyfriend's company. He sells these Active Greens. They're literally so amazing. They're actually grown here in Utah in volcanic soil, extremely healthy. The first green juice that I've had that I actually feel good when I drink it. A lot of the other brands that I've tried, I don't feel much from it, but I really like this one. Good night, I'm going to sleep. All right, good night. For me, it is afternoon, but definitely I remember that people are listening in from different parts in the world, so love that. But yeah, that is my little spiel for today. That is the purpose of me showing up on these lives and sharing this stuff with you, because now that I'm in a really good place and I feel that I took time to be selfish, and I took time for me, and I disconnected and I went within, then now I feel like I can pour from my overflow. And I only want to show up here and give when it feels good and when I know that I have something to offer, but not from a have to place, because then I'm not giving from love, and I want to make sure that I'm giving from love. And I know that that energy shows up differently. So that's important to me. And these talks are to connect with other people who may need to hear this, may need to be reminded. We all need those reminders. And a reflection to remind us that we are worthy, that we deserve it, that we're going to get it. This is your reminder that yes, it's coming. Everything you want is coming. Just relax. Take a deep breath. The only reason you doubt is because you forgot your worthiness. You've disconnected yourself temporarily from what it is that you deserve. So, take a deep breath. Breathe. Do something for yourself today that you love. Give yourself patience and compassion. Be your best friend. And I will most likely be back here tomorrow. I don't know for sure what tomorrow's topic will be, but we'll just make it a surprise. I'll see kind of what I'm feeling tomorrow, and then we'll kind of go from there. Today's Halloween, so I'm probably going to go with JC to get maybe a costume, because I didn't even pick up a costume yet, because we're going to be hanging out with the family tonight, which will be super fun. But anyways, it was fun connecting with you guys today. Thank you for everyone who joined the live. I am excited to grow this community because honestly, I am ready to give from my overflow. I am so ready to be able to create amazing virtual connections with you guys. And if this resonates, subscribe to my channel because there's more fun to come. And I look forward to seeing you guys later. I'm sending you so many good vibes, so much love, so much good energy. Don't forget, you're worthy, you're loved, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.